So let's take a look at finding the equation of a sphere. So let's say a sphere has a center C, and its coordinates, or the coordinates of the center, are h, k, l. So h is obviously going to be the x value, or the x coordinate, k is going to be the y coordinate, and l is the z coordinate, and the sphere also has a radius r. Then using this information, the formula for the equation of a sphere is going to be x minus the x coordinate, so h squared, plus y minus the y coordinate k squared, and then plus z minus the z coordinate l squared, and that will equal the radius squared, or r squared. So obviously we don't need to know the variables h, k, and l, but what we do need to know is that we have to take the x minus the x coordinate squared plus y minus the y coordinate squared plus z minus the z coordinate squared, and also that will equal the radius squared. So let's say for number 1, we have a sphere with a center at 1, -4, 3, and it has a radius of 5, and we need to write an equation for the sphere. So obviously the equation of the sphere, we have first the x minus the x coordinate, and the x coordinate here is 1. So x minus 1 squared plus the y minus the y coordinate, and the y coordinate is -4. So if we subtract -4, then we're basically adding 4 squared, and then plus z minus the z coordinate. And the z coordinate is obviously 3 squared, and that will equal the radius squared. So if the radius is 5, 5 squared will be 25. So this is the equation of this specific sphere. So for number 2, we have to find the equation of a sphere that passes through the point 4, 3, -1 and has a center of 3, 8, 1. So we need two things in order to find the equation of a sphere. We need the center value and the radius. So notice we are already given the center. Obviously that's at 3, 8, 1. But we need to find the radius. But notice it does say that the sphere passes through the point 4, 3, -1. So what we can do here is use the distance formula to find the distance between these two coordinate points, and that will give us the radius of the sphere. So let's just call this first point, point 1, and let's make the center value point 2. So in order to find the distance between point 1 and point 2, we're going to use the distance formula. So that is going to equal, once again, the square root of x2 minus x1. So our x value of the second point is 3, and the x value of the first one is 4. So we have 3 minus 4 squared. Now plus y2 minus y1, so our y2 is 8 and our y1 is 3. So plus 8 minus 3 squared, and then plus our z2 minus z1. So z2 is 1, and then we have minus a -1. So in other words, 1 plus 1 squared. So then 3 minus 4 is -1, and -1 squared is 1. And then we have plus 8 minus 3, which is 5. 5 squared is 25. And then plus 2 squared, which is 4. So that will give us 25 plus 4 is 29, plus 1 is 30. So we'll get the length, or the distance, is the square root of 30. So that will basically be our radius of this specific sphere. So now we can write our equation given the radius in the center. So once again, the equation of a sphere is going to be x minus the x coordinate of the center, which is 3. So x minus 3 squared plus y minus the y coordinate, which is 8 squared, and then plus z minus the z coordinate, which is 1 squared. And that's going to equal the radius squared. So if the radius is the square root of 30, the radius squared is obviously just 30. And that is the equation of the sphere.